What's up, Audie?
What's up, Yogi?
Just chilling up on a couple of horses out here in Cloverdale, California.
Nice, I feel it. What's up, people? Welcome back to the big show. Logan and I are on a couple ponies out in the middle of a field. What are we doing out here, Logan?
We're here to debut a new song.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Gold Stallion.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Can you see the lights go? The lights go on. Now it's time to pick up where you went wrong. I can see it. It's a moment in time, I believe it. It was always mine, I retrieve it. Bring it into my mind now. Don't you wanna get carried away? Night on mine, got here just in time. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion, and all this talk is taking up my time. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion. I'm a golden stallion, walking through a hot smoke, the thin airway, to tangle with the cyclone. When you feel it, blow it away. I can see it. It's a moment in time, I believe it. It was always mine, I retrieve it. Bring it into my mind now. Don't you wanna get carried away? Night on mine, got here just in time. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion, and all this talk is taking up my time. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion. I'm a golden stallion. I'm a golden stallion. I can see it. It's a moment in time, I believe it. It was always mine, retrieve it. Bring it into my mind now. Don't you wanna get carried away? Not on mine, got here just in time. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion, and all this war is picking up my stride. Are you ready to go? Wanna ride up in the sun? I'm a golden stallion.
All right, we've arrived.
Yes, sir.
How was that for you? How was the horse experience?
Oh, it was nice. It was a nice smooth ride. Nice smooth ride for me. It's been a long time since I've been on a horse, but it's like riding a bike.
It's like riding a human
It's
bike.
like riding a living bike
You can just,
that can kick your face right clean off.
they're sweeties though.
Yeah, these are some nice stangs.
Well, the song was just jamming away as we rolled in. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, what'd you think about that tune of ours? Sorry, these aren't stallions. These are Mustangs.
Aren't they? Oh, Mustangs? Is a Mustang?
Is there a difference between Mustangs and stallions?
Dude, Egan, can you check on that when you have a moment?
Yeah, we need a fact check. You know, if I'm completely, utterly wrong, just comment that down below. We're here in, what is this called? Cloverdale?
Yeah, we're in Cloverdale right now.
Cloverdale. And we're very excited to be releasing this song in particular. Why are we excited, Logan?
Why are we excited? I don't know. We've been working on this song for so damn long that I'm excited for other people to get to share in the love of the horse culture.
The love of the horse culture.
The
equestrian world. Yes.
Equestrian world. Look at these guys hanging out.
I think they like us. Maybe they'll come home with us. Maybe we'll just ride them home. I think they're on their way now.
They're taking off?
Yep.
Anyways, a song Gold Stallion that we just debuted for the first time live via cassette deck.
Cassette.
Do you have any stories from when we were working on this song?
Yeah, I think we might be able to remember a few things. I do remember that you, I think the formation of this song was you made a track on GarageBand, is that right? You made an instrumental on GarageBand, and you titled it Golden Stallion.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a chorus on it, which is the chorus that's currently on it, just keeping that name, as I like to do sometimes. And this is one of we haven't shown this song obviously to any of you guys, but over the years we've shown forms of this song to people in our close circle and in different iterations of the track. And this is I think one of the favorites. This is one of the favorites. People tell me that all the time, which surprised me at first.
Yeah.
Because you and I made this song half lightheartedly, not really trying to be too serious about it, and I think it ended up that's some of the best stuff ends up that way. So
yeah, this is one of those tracks that probably the first time that we were working on a song, and we thought it was, well, at least I remember we were laughing about it when it was originally being made. We were thinking it was kind of silly that you were saying right off on the sun. Well, I think it originally said right off in the sun on my golden stallion, but then but what it sounds like is right off in the sun, I'm a golden stallion.
I'm a golden stallion.
Which I kind of like that sometimes more.
Yeah, that you know what? That does feel nice. I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah.
I'm a golden stallion.
Yeah. So we like horses. We're a big fan of horses. We're a big fan of the countryside. Thanks to our friend Sidra and her sister
Sheena making this happen.
Yeah.
We were both living in Oakland when the song was made a couple years ago. And so it was from the Oakland era, which in my mind is sort of a tricky era because it was this kind of transition from us like starting off as a band, putting things out into the world. When we were living in Oakland, there was a lot of that had to do with us signing with this label and like finishing our album and then having it not work out and then like continuing to write and just like go through that process. And so I don't know, I was over in Oakland recently and I was like, oh, this has this particular feeling associated with it.
Yeah, like you feel it when you listen to the song, you feel like you're in Oakland a little bit?
No, not when I listen to the song. When I listen to the song, I feel like I'm riding on a horse.
Oh, okay. Through Oakland. No, I was kidding.
Through Oakland. That would be the way to return, right?
Absolutely. Well, so you're saying that you listen to this, you go through Oakland and it reminds you of that time.
Yeah, it reminds me of that
time of that batch of songs, the issues that we went through with the label, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more, and just trying to like figure things out. But there's a lot of awesome other songs that were created, then a lot of discovery and such. So and it's all good feelings ultimately and good experience. But I remember when we were recording, I think part of the vocals to that song, it was in we would sometimes use our walk-in closet in our apartment, and all the clothing would basically kind of dampen the sound of the space. And so I would be in one room in the little studio area, and then Skylar would be, we had a GoPro set up, remember, and so we could see, I could see you. I think could you see me?
No. I don't think I could see you. You saw me. I could not see you, but I could hear you.
Yeah, and we'd have this little like, I always loved that growing up, is the idea of like the sound space and then another space that's like the controlled space where you just get to listen. The
control room.
Yeah.
We learned about that, didn't we? We learned about that in school.
For those that don't know how a recording studio generally works, is that there's like multiple rooms that feed in the sound into one room where everyone hangs out and parties. No.
Does drugs and yells at you and tells you to do better.
Yeah, and sleeps in there, sleeps under the recording console.
Yeah. I remember that. That was we've tried a number of different things in terms of like closet scenarios. I remember one time we have these baffles. Baffles are like these big sound absorbing walls that you can set up nice setup in the middle of your living room, and you had me on an iPad so that I could control Pro Tools, and I did like all this recording without you there. You were out of town or something, so you like made this little thing for me so I could remote control Pro Tools from the other room, and you know, it's one of those things. It's nice to be able to do things ourselves. It's nice to be self-contained, but also, you know, it's nothing better than showing up to a studio and having a couple dudes, couple gals, whoever there at your beck and call. Like, get the right mic, get the right tone, get all the right sounds, and all we have to do is just show up. I like that.
But it's riding on the sun.
And riding on a Mustang. But yeah, we don't do that as often as we used to. Riding on horses, that is.
Yeah. Riding on a horse is you hear people talk about just that, like the energy that you have to have coming to that situation and making sure that you're like, just be relaxed and feel them out. That's pretty sweet. And a creature like that is so massive and can just destroy you.
Yeah, they have no idea. They have no idea what they could do.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Those beasts of burden. They're cute though. You ever think you might want to get a horse? Own a horse?
Maybe. I don't know. That could be cool. I feel like I would need someone to help me out. I'm kind of weird when it comes to animals in general, even our dog. Like I'm not a dog person at all. I kind of get freaked out by other dogs.
Why?
I just don't trust them.
You've never seemed nervous around your dog. You've always seemed very normal.
Yeah, because we had him from a puppy, and so he just is so knows only me. It's like we raised him to be what he is. Whereas other dogs that I had growing up were just a little bit discovered and a little bit brought into our lives.
They were older already.
Yeah, and they were just abused or just had some type of issue, and so there's just people just didn't trust them. And I was like, you might bite my face off.
Yeah, they've got tics and things that are gonna, not physical tics, but like nervous issues and things like that. Yeah,
we had a Rottweiler. My dad showed up. My dad showed up when I was in probably fifth grade with a Rottweiler in the back of the car. And my mom told me that she just cried when she found this out. She eventually
cried
because it was just too much for her to handle. We never had a dog like that before. My dad basically rescued her from this Rottweiler was chewing on railroad ties. It's not funny. It's not funny. No,
it's not funny. I thought it was
it made that dog a bit of a beast. Von Star.
Yeah, no, it did. That'll toughen a dog right up.
So
animals in general? I mean, have you ever had a cat before?
Yeah, had cats.
How's your experience with the felines?
Cats are cool. Cats are really. Are they selfish? Is that the right word?
Yeah, there's little selfish bastards.
Yeah.
I love them. I'm a big cat guy.
Cats can be cool. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird being a lifelong vegetarian and not having a more intimate relationship with lots of animals.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard somebody recently make a joke like, "Yeah, you all the vegans, don't worry, they hate animals."
Yeah, I heard
something
that
like
too.
that. What is that about? Like, so you don't feel like you ever had? Is that maybe just something in your family? You guys didn't have a certain kind of relationship with your pets?
No. No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking just for myself. My brother and sister have had or my brothers had good relationships with animals. I've had good relationships with animals. I've never been bitten or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. Often when you're walking down the street with somebody's dog, they'll just say, "Oh yeah, my dog's friendly." I'm like, you are a tripping person. No, it's not. And you will discover when their dog attacks your dog. That's when you discover they weren't telling the truth.
That's true. I had a horrible experience with our neighbor's dog in Texas. We had these two cats that we had purchased about a year and a half ago. They were brothers, and we had introduced them to the outside slowly, right? So they were indoor cats. One of them wasn't super bright. His name is Bilbo. He actually lit himself on fire once, which is a different story. But
okay.
There was a candle sitting in our living room, and he was super fuzzy, but just like basically not even alive. It was so dumb. It was just so dumb. You put food right in front of it, just like stare at it for about 5 minutes before it knew it was there.
It makes me feel sad.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it was fucking cute and didn't know any better, and it just like stuck his tail in a candle and went up. And my mom was luckily in the room. She went over, grabbed his tail with her hand, and put the fire out with her hand. It was
holy crap!
It was intense. Anyways, so that poor cat ended up getting eaten by our neighbor's dog.
What are you doing to these animals?
Dude, it was Texas, bro. It was Texas, and these neighbors, they didn't train these dogs. I think they were pit bulls.
You're creating the animals that
And-
scare the shit out of my life.
Oh, they weren't my dogs. My cats were cute as fuck. Super cuddly. And that cat, it was Christmas morning. It was fucking Christmas morning. And that cat jumped over the fence. We couldn't find him all day. My dad and I found him out in the front yard, torn up. Poor little thing. So now I have this thing about like, you know, people have outdoor cats. That's fine. Have your outdoor cats. I wish we could have our cat outdoors, but I lock up. I get all anxious when we put the cat outside because anything could fucking happen to that thing. Peaceful little creature with no ability to protect itself.
What you were saying before about the why vegans have like sometimes are disconnected from the actual experience of having a relationship with an animal. That's I think that probably has to do with one of those things where people just like to identify with a group, but they don't actually necessarily, you know, it's not that they don't feel for them, but they're still disconnected from what that experience actually is.
You think does that have anything to do with being a vegan or being a vegetarian?
Well, that's the thing is, does it? Where is the, like, okay, I don't eat meat, but I wish I had a better relationship with animals that would make more sense as far as like go in that direction. I don't know. I think about that as I get older in different
ways.
ways.
What steps can you take to have an improved relationship with animals? What steps could we take here?
Well, this is cool today. Like
this is a good first step. This is a big step right here.
Yeah.
They just put you right on the back of one of those suckers.
I love that. I will see their eyeball looking at me. I'm like, whoa.
That eyeball's big. Yeah. It's like the size of my nose.
Did you ever see that movie, The Radio Flyer?
The Radio Flyer.
Featuring Elijah Wood?
Shoot, I don't think I did.
Okay, you need to go see that movie, but in it, there's this whole scene that they kind of refer back to with this, I think it's a buffalo. I think it's an actual buffalo. Is it buffalo? Yeah, anyways, and it's kind of like looking in his dreams into his eyeball, and he's just staring, and I want to say the buffalo's sad or something like that, and I think it's somehow it's symbolic for the dad beating the kid, which is not funny, but it's like that you get that, you can feel the emotion through the eye of this buffalo through the many scenes in his dreams. Anyways, it's just something that kind of sticks with me when I see a
big eye, big buffalo horse eye.
Yeah, if you're near a creature like that, you're just like, whoa, you can kind of just feel into them, which is pretty neat.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, I'm a meat eater myself, and my sister's a vegan. I know a lot of vegetarians and vegans in my life, and one of the things I've always wanted to be strong enough to do is to put the meat down, at least for the most part, like cut it back, super way back. Because you know, when you see a cow or a pig, they're cute, they're super cute, and they're just chilling, just like a dog would. Pigs, actually, from what I understand, can act like dogs. I've never raised pigs or been around them that much, but you know, it makes me double check myself a little bit.
Yeah,
but, you know, that's one of those things. That's a deep. I got to dig deep for that one. That's a lifetime pursuit right there.
Yeah, it's tricky. And then here's the other thing that I've kind of come to terms with over the years is I'll try my best to stay with that. And I have never eaten like a hamburger or like a hot dog or anything like that before.
Right? You've never had any meat intentionally except for fish.
I had
except for McDonald's
filet of fish. Yes,
that's right.
Until I was about 15. And then I stopped eating fish. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you go out and you eat food in a restaurant, you don't know exactly what's going on. And so I can say, I've never had whatever inside of me. Like there could be like pride and ego behind that. But the fact is, it's like there's some, you just have to relinquish control to a degree, because who knows, dude? It's like we were to dig into where each of these little pieces came from and all of that, you could just bury yourself in guilt.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, what kind of food establishments do you find that are the hardest? Is it Mexican food? Is it like maybe Korean, Asian food? Because they don't really cater to vegetarian very often.
I don't know. I feel it's probably like Chinese food.
Yeah.
And one of our midiots, Emmanuel, behind the scenes. Emmanuel, you here?
Copy that.
We've got Emmanuel on. We've got Emmanuel on the line, and I was over with him and his girlfriend, and she made some amazing vegetarian Chinese food, which was really cool because it was like she had to kind of figure out different ways to put something together that worked, and she was like she was able to see kind of areas where like that's harder than I realized, and maybe I can like switch this out and do this, which was awesome. The meal was incredible.
Yeah, and Manuel's girlfriend is she's an incredible cook from what I understand, right?
Oh yeah.
Like she worked at like French Laundry and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's so nice to have a lady who can cook nice. My girlfriend can cook really well. She was a chef as well. So you get like homemade things that I would typically just go and get at the store real quick because they're good from the store, but they'll take the time to dig in and like try new recipes, and they've got it all memorized. They don't have to look it up or anything. It's crazy.
Well, it's like art. It's like painting something or creating something. That's what's so amazing about watching someone make food is that they can have that. They don't necessarily need a particular recipe. They can kind of just like a little this, a little that, and create something and kind of build it the way that you would with anything else, like a song or something. But what's amazing about that is that the window of creation to completion is a full cycle within like a day or a couple days or whatever it might be to see something all the way through, and then it's released, and you get to also give it to somebody else.
It lives on, whereas with food, it doesn't live on. It goes right down into my belly. Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to learn to cook. I've been dabbling in slow cooker stuff, crockpot stuff.
Oh yeah?
You ever used a crockpot?
I have.
Oh, that's super. It's just amazing.
It's super fantastic.
Yeah, I put a few chicken breasts in there, and I just dump a bunch of salsa, just like pre-store-bought salsa, and I'll cook it for like 6 hours, and it's the best thing ever.
Interesting recipe.
That's it, chicken salsa. Low calorie,
is that
high protein.
Is that a thing? Chicken salsa? Okay.
I mean, apparently. I found a recipe for it that is exactly what I just described. Put the chicken in the pot. You take your salsa. It's for dumb dudes. It's called buff dudes. If you've ever heard of buff dudes, like, I love these guys. They're not for dumb dudes. I'm joking about that, but it's like they're basically two dudes in Venice, California that put together this program. It's a YouTube channel called Buff Dudes. Mm-hmm. They have all these recipes that are so freaking easy to make.
Yeah.
You know, it takes like 5 minutes or something. And for a guy like me or a person like me I've never learned to cook. Like I can make you a couple things that I've learned to do over the years, but like they make it so simple. So I've made like protein waffles. You ever made protein waffles with vanilla protein?
Not from scratch, but yeah.
I've made salsa chicken. I've made turkey and meatball. I've made turkey chili. I've made all these dope things.
Yeah, I like having something that's that I can do, and then just over time just kind of correct and add to it, so to eventually be able just
to cook, huh? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm the one that cooks.
That's right. You're the cook, and she cleans up. Is that right?
Absolutely. I
Oh.
love that. No, because I enjoy the process of doing that, because it is like creative, and you're just kind of building something and trying it out, and then once it's done, I just sit and eat it, and then it just cleans itself up.
It cleans itself up. What happened? It's gone.
Hey, I think it's a great trade.
It is a good trade. I'm the opposite. I'm the cleanup. I'm the cleanup crew. So Alex will cook, and I clean all the dishes. I do all of it.
Hey,
if you're not going to learn to cook, you better learn to clean. There's that.
I feel like I hear a little bit of your accent coming out.
Oh no, is that happening? I'm not trying to do that. You put me into a situation where I like slightly, even just remotely relate to it from a Southern perspective, and my accent starts to come out. It's ridiculous. I remember we were like touring through the South and hanging out with Oh No Fiasco.
Yeah.
Those guys are from Tennessee, and they were just thick, heavy drawl, and it just started coming right back. Came right back.
I have a lot of friends that
I'm not going to fight it anymore. I think when I moved to California at one point, I decided I'm going to try to hide it. Stupid thing I did as a kid. I was like, people think I'm stupid because I'm from Texas, so I'm going to hide it.
Well, that's something that's really interesting. When we were actually on the beach and we were filming this little promo thing with this, we have on this table in front of us our logo, which is super sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice,
and
isn't it?
we were making this little promo bit for our a show that we were doing in San Francisco, and so we made our logo out of logs on the beach.
Yeah. That was amazing.
And then we had, of course, a drone there that we shot up into the sky, and we filmed it, and we just ran around and got crazy. But I remember being on the beach, and there was a couple people that walked by us, and one guy looked like he was not of Northern California.
Is that right?
He looked like, I don't know what state he was from, but he just was. It was unfamiliar to see a dude like that. And he came up, and we talked with him for a little bit. Sweet guy, but he had the thickest Southern accent. I was thinking, it's kind of bizarre. Like when I see, you never see that around here. Or is that in California as a whole, someone that's like lives a completely different lifestyle?
How was it? How deep of an accent? Like if you had to mimic it, was it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So that's, I mean, yeah, I've heard that in California.
Really?
Plenty of times, sure. But I don't think that's as common as, well, pretty much anywhere else.
What is that? I guess what is that? That's what's interesting about that. And I feel like if there was someone that spoke like me from California and I was in some other state, I would stick out that way.
If you went to where I'm from,
Yeah.
you would stick out super hard.
See, that's
not only
really
with your
interesting.
accent, but just everything else too. Like the way you dress, your interests. You're not interested in sports. You're not interested in. And I'm not trying to generalize where I'm from. I'm from San Angelo, Texas, which is a really small town in the middle. I think Friday Night Lights was shot there.
I love that show.
Pretty sure, but I'd have to double check that. But yeah, the culture there is just very different. It's starkly different, you know. And I remember when I was moving to California, the whole football team was making fun of me for weeks. There's like every practice, like, because I thought we were moving to San Diego.
Yeah.
For months. So I told everybody we were moving to San Diego. I just put it in my head, like, we're going to the beach.
Yeah.
And my parents decided to move to Pleasanton, California, which is the suburbs of San Francisco.
You're just generalizing what California was.
I thought because we had gone to San Diego, and that was my Riverside, San Diego, LA, only experience with California. I had no idea the northern part even really existed, right? I knew it was there. I didn't really understand it. But anyways, they called me the Pleasanton Bunny, which is like the most creative name ever, right? But that was like that was my name. They call me Bunny Boy.
But what do you think about the fact that is like we might be in a particular area, or you're in New York City and you're in the subway, and it feels like a total mix of a bunch of different types of people, but that's still such a sliver as far as the different types of people that live on the earth, or even in the U.S.
You're saying that that the fact that we don't see a lot of Southern people in California isn't indicative of the overall diversity.
Yeah, just reality. I mean,
I think that's a California thing. I personally think that the Southern people don't like to come to California as much. That's my belief. We'll find out, I guess. But yeah, that's.
Why would someone not like to come to California?
It's like we were just my girlfriend and I were in Missouri last year, and like her family's great. Everybody's awesome, and we have a very similar sense of humor. They're all like technically literate. They're all well-educated people. But like as soon as we start talking about California, it's just like, what a bunch of pussies. What a bunch of pussies. You guys, you can't pick up a gun. You can't go shoot where you want. You can't drive your car off-road. You can't, taxes are huge. You just pay so much in property taxes and all kinds of taxes. They're like, I can't remember what her grandpa said, something around the lines of, those California government, they protect you, don't they? They keep you nice and safe. And it was not derogatory, but it was kind of poking fun at it because, it's true. In California, we have a lot more regulation in place than other places in the country. So,
well, but that could also just be a slice of even that family of there. Because I've met many people
in Texas too. And where I'm from, it was very similar. Where you could literally drive, half an hour out of town and shoot your guns wherever you want. And there are places in California where you can do that too. But
we're also only talking about like a particular area versus you have Seattle, where Egan is from. Or lives.
Actually, Egan's originally from Texas.
That's true,
but he's in Seattle now.
But or Portland, or you have a lot. There's, I don't think it's one fits all. I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably live where they do, and they would prefer to live on the coast or wherever else, but they just stay where they grew up, right? I guess I'm going to go back to my point as far as it's interesting that it's not more of a diverse blend when it sometimes even feels like it. It's really not.
Why do you think that might be? From a California perspective,
I would imagine that's because people generally, even including us, we grew up here, and so we stay within here. It wouldn't make sense. You and I would probably never just randomly up and move to blah blah blah. It's pretty rare for somebody to do that, right? I think people usually kind of stay with their roots.
Unless you have a really good reason.
Unless you have a particular reason, and so
you're trying to escape.
Exactly,
which is also a good reason.
And so if you raise somebody that's in a particular area, they're not going to have a different sense of what it is to be part of that community, to fit in.
Yeah.
And so if you're to walk into say like the middle school I went to with an accent like that, it would stick out so intensely.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I came to California when I was 12, just turning 13. So when I went to school the first day, I remember wearing like all my Texas clothes, and immediately that day I came home and I was like in a fit with my mom. I said, we've got to go to the mall and you've got to buy me a whole new wardrobe now. You got to take me to the mall because I am not fitting in. And I was the new guy already.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that plus having an accent plus all that, which I come to find out, like, actually people really dug that about me. But at the time I was super self-conscious about it. So I did everything I could to squander that, to push it down. Went to Abercrombie and Fitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a perfect example of that. I guess if you're young enough, you can see, because you do stick out, you don't want all the attention on you, you can conform in such a way to blend in and be.
Yeah, I wanted to conform, unfortunately. I mean, I didn't want to, but I think that was my impulse, was to do that. But I mean, I think if you were to go to Texas, it'd be similar in the sense that you would, you know, you might get picked on because you like purified water. You might get picked on because you like vegan food, veggie food. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Not in Texas in general. I'm not trying to say the whole state's like that. I'm just saying where I'm from. You know, that would definitely happen to you. That would happen hard.
Yeah.
And you've never shot a gun. You've never went hunting.
There's certain.
You've never been. You didn't. You weren't in the military. You didn't play football or basketball or even baseball. You didn't do any of that. So I don't know what to say.
It's probably a lot of things that you wouldn't realize are things that people could make fun of you for until you're in it and you go, oh shit.
They'll find it.
Oh shit, it's not cool at all to do this thing that I love.
Yeah. But the thing I love about, and when I go back to the South or whenever I'm around Southern people, there's a warmth to them that I remember as soon as I moved to California. That was one of the first things I noticed, is that warmth is not part of the culture necessarily. It's not to say that Californians aren't nice or conscious or self-conscious aware people, because I believe they are in comparison to most of the world. But there's just some kind of welcoming, sort of warm, sort of effortless friendship that you can make with people from the South.
Absolutely.
Have you ever experienced that?
100%. Yeah. I have friends that have moved out of California to, say, Nashville, multiple friends, and that was part of the guiding light for that, is to find, is to be around people that have that type of warm family, just that feeling that you always want, that you feel that you get when you're with your family at home. And oftentimes,
it's like they've known you forever.
Yeah. And in warm and welcoming, in California, in all parts of California that I've been in, it is particularly, well, you find that, but it can be rare. And I'm always looking for it. Whereas oftentimes when we've gone on tour or something and we've been in the South, it's always been, you've felt that vibe, and it's, you're like, oh yeah, that exists.
Right. Right. Did you feel vibes in Southern states that you didn't like while we were touring through?
No, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, we didn't spend.
The South will rise again.
We haven't spent enough time in any one state, or like if we're touring to get that much. I mean, also when we're playing, we're doing music, and so we're able to kind of like let that be this thing of a conversation starter. It's like we're doing something that's sticking ourselves out there, and so people kind of want to come and be a part of that. So no, it's only been positive.
Sure, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to maybe someday have a home somewhere in the South that I could go to if I wanted to.
Yeah,
someday maybe even Florida. I've not spent a whole lot of time in Florida, and I know that Florida is kind of an interesting place. It's full of all kinds of diversity, but I'd like to be in the South.
I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Florida for the first time in like a couple days.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
For a friend that's getting married. I'm going to be hanging out with old friends in a house for a week. I'm going to play some spike ball. Any of you play spike ball out there?
Oh yeah.
Spike ball, dude. We've been on.
I bought a spike ball set. Did I tell you that?
I didn't know that.
I bought a spike ball set and played it with my family a few times. Yeah. You turned me on to it. It's a really fun game, guys. Oh, jeez.
Go get on that. It's going to be in the Olympics soon enough.
It's gonna have its own Olympics.
I would love, wouldn't it be amazing to have a spike ball court in your backyard?
What is a spike ball court?
I don't know that
spike ball court would just be like grass.
Not grass.
Sand.
You need a big patch of soft earth, either sand or dirt.
Soft terra.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like some AstroTurf? Like some rubberized...
no, sand is ideal.
Sand is ideal.
Yeah.
It's harder to move around in sand.
Yeah.
But you can dive and take the hit a lot better.
When I play with friends, though, most friends of mine are very aggressive when it comes to playing sports and being competitive, unlike myself. And so they will dive full body, you'll hear the entire body collide with the earth.
It's crunch.
To save the shot. Me, it's not how I roll. It's not how I roll. I will just sort of... I'll put in a strong effort, but I'm not diving.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
I just don't do that.
My dad did that. We were playing spike ball, and he's not an old guy, but he's not in his 40s anymore, and so he was, you know, he doesn't do this very often. He's not a very, I would say he doesn't do a lot of contact sports nowadays, but he full on body dove for one of those shots, and you heard his whole body just like, just rattle and shake. And I was like, you all right?
Body.
And he got the shot. It was an incredible shot. But I know it hurt.
you know that there's the sound, and this has killed me when I've heard a dog jump up and like lose its footing and like collide on cement or something, and you get that full body meat sack collision with the earth.
Yeah,
it is the worst fucking sound that you have to experience it in real life. No movie, no recording is going to represent that correctly. When you hear it, just go like, right down like that. That. It's just a sack of blood, bones, and guts just hitting.
Meat. Yeah, gravity works. Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah, have you seen videos of goats and they climb like really super high on the side of mountains?
Yeah.
Those mountain goats. Yeah. I don't like
They're watching brave. When I watch an animal on the mountain climbing around and they start to kind of fall and lose their footing.
But they just, we got it.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, sometimes that's the circle of life right there.
I always assume Ozzy can catch his footing if I was to drop him like a cat on a bed or something.
Ooh, I don't know about Ozzy.
It doesn't happen.
I don't think Ozzy's built for that. He's been altered through breeding a little bit, just a slight amount. He's a French bulldog.
Yeah, been altered through human
intervention,
cute shaping.
Yeah, I don't think you could. I don't think he has the reflex for that.
No fucking way.
He can barely breathe.
That's right.
That pup can barely breathe through his own face.
I've had moments where I look at him and I'm just like, you are so fucking cute, but this is so fucked up to do. This is terrible to do this to create a creature like that. But
you're so goddamn cute.
Yeah. I remember our buddy of ours, Brian, he was over when we first got Ozzy, and he held him as a puppy. He says, is it weird that I just want to like squish him until he dies? I'm like, yeah, that is kind of weird, but I guess I get it.
It's weird, and I want to too. I understand.
Ooh, if a sweet red Corvette just blasted by, looked very, just popped in the background. That was nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think your dog makes these sounds. It's like I've tried to do a couple of, like when it was like,
yeah. Like, I'll sometimes take him doing that and record it at like super high resolution and turn it down, and it sounds like a T-Rex.
Or when he does. You just slow that thing down, be like a Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Yeah. Oh. Dude, those horses were making sounds like that.
That's true. Maybe we captured some of that audio. I thought that horse was going to eat our table at one point.
That would have been so sweet.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. He's got his teeth mark in the table. Yeah.
That's his mark.
That's his mark on this table.
That's awesome.
Man, animals are the best. Animals are best. And they remind. I think the best thing that animals can do for people is just remind us to be present. You know what I mean? Just to like be there, be present with this creature, because they can feel if you're not too. You know, I think animals react to human presence, and I know the cat that Alex and I have, Alex's cat, definitely does.
I think what I look at with animals is that, sure, you can say, well, they don't have a brain like us. Okay, Okay,
say that again.
They don't have a brain like us.
Got it.
No, but I'm more so pointing out that our brain is cool because we can make things like this table and this camera and all this crap, right? But it's like everybody's, or should be, I would imagine, everybody's goal to reach a place where you can like almost think like an animal and just be totally, now you're just here.
Yeah.
You're just at, what is the word? You're
at rest.
Yeah, you're at rest.
You're at peace. You're in the moment and you're present. But also that fight or flight, as soon as that thing turns on, it's also like, I don't think animals are very good at not reacting to that.
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. No, I should think about this before I kick this guy's nuts off. I think that's the only thing people can do. So,
yeah.
You know, that's kind of cool.
So that's pretty cool. So that's it, guys. Huh? Learn from your animal experience.
That's right. That's right. What have you learned from your animal lately? You know, comment down below. Smash that diddly-do and grab that ding-dong and light it up.
Egan, ask Sheena what her crew is.
Backcountry Horsemen. It's the North Bay unit.
Backcountry Horsemen.
North Bay unit.
Nice.
Check them out online. We're here right now out in this little piece of land, riding on horses to do a little a broadcast experience, and this is awesome because we're out here based off of just you know what, actually the way that we kind of got out here to record this thing today was through our second show. We were talking about that on the car ride out here, that it was a buddy of our, Todd and Scott,
right.
friend of a friend of a friend, which led us to playing particular shows and meeting people.
I remember the moment I met Todd. It was at that show, and I was walking through the crowd, and we had just finished playing, and I think he didn't grab me, but he kind of did, kind of put his arm, was like, hey, to make sure that I stopped.
Yeah.
And it was like, here, this is my card. Call me. I'm a photographer. I tour with the Killers and stuff. And that was it. That was the moment.
So that moment has led to this moment.
That moment and many, many, many other moments. And here we are.
To this Midi moment.
Oh,
hashtag,
full circle.
Hashtag Midi Moments or whatever.
It's a moment in time, moment out in the country. It's nice to be out in the country where it's a little quieter. You know, I'm wondering, is there anywhere in the country besides California that you'd like to have a home, that you would consider maybe even living?
Yes. Well,
how about this? I'm going to make it even more specific. Can't be on the West Coast at all.
Yeah, I want to. I think it would be. I don't know that I'd want to permanently live there, but I was talking with Emmanuel. We were driving up here to. I want to live in New York for not necessarily extended amount of time, but maybe for like 3 months or 6 months or something. I would love that.
New York proper, Manhattan.
Or maybe some hipster.
Dude,
hipster
you gotta go
area.
to Brooklyn. You live in Silver Lake right now. You might as well go to Brooklyn. It's like the same thing, isn't it?
You know what? When I've gone to New York and gone to Brooklyn,
literally.
it's a very different feeling. I mean, there are lots of hipstery vibes as far as little spots and cool this, cool that, and whatever. But it's just being in New York is it is so opposite from this feeling right now. But it's a magical feeling,
You
and
could probably find some of this out there.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I haven't spent as much time in New York as you might have. The only time I've been in New York was with you, and the label exchange was happening. That was the only time. And maybe when we played there for tour. Yeah. Drove through a little bit.
Yeah.
But I love New York. I think it's a dope city. It's probably the most powerful city, in terms of everything, really. Finance, it's the most powerful city for fashion. It's influential in every way. A city.
Yeah. I always get inspired when I go to New York.
I don't know if I'd want to live there, though. I don't know if I could.
Not permanently. I
Just like I wouldn't want to live in San Francisco. You lived in the city for a little bit. Did you like living in the city?
In San Francisco, I think after growing up in where we are right now is in Northern California, growing up here, spending my entire life here until moving away recently, which is still not far, but not being in the Bay Area has changed my perspective on what the Bay Area is or what the feeling is of coming up here. I actually like it more now that I get to kind of have a newfound appreciation for it and getting to come up and visit and experience it in a different light. Because I think whatever is your natural surrounding on a day-to-day basis, you just get numb to it, regardless of how much unless you truly take time to focus in on how much you appreciate it and put that out there. Even with that though, I try to do that, and it still is. You just get used to it. So when I come up to the Bay Area, it's like, whoa, look at that. Whoa, this is way more beautiful than I realized.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and it's fun.
The Bay Area in general there's so many places in the greater Bay Area that I would love to live. I just don't think I'd want to be in the thick of it in terms of a city. I'd love to live in or at least to have a house somewhere else, like a vacation home.
I love to have one in Hawaii, I think.
Oh, yeah. I should have said no Hawaii either, because that's the perfect place to have a house. But yeah. You've been to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii.
Really?
Never been.
None of the islands?
My entire family has been. I have never been.
Yeah, you should experience.
You gotta watch out for those natural disasters on Hawaii, though.
That's right.
Yeah, good point. Very good point, especially lately.
Dude, my sister went out there, and my sister went out to Hawaii a couple weeks after the volcano shit started happening, and there was crap everywhere, but apparently it was just only isolated in this one part of the island, and so they were able to go and have the full experience.
Nice.
Yeah, Hawaii is a magical spot.
I know like it'd be otherworldly.
Yeah, it is.
I remember as a kid, being in Texas, I think my first time actually going to the beach, I was probably that I can remember, I was probably in my teens, like almost in my teens at least. So the thought of Hawaii was like, oh, it's heaven. It's like Nirvana, just a boat ride away.
When we went,
Could also take a plane.
We went to Yosemite to when we shot the tidal wave video, and that was the first time that we had gone to Yosemite, right?
Yeah.
And we were only there for.
Oh, I wasn't my first time in Yosemite.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, it was my first time there, and I think
Yeah.
the big takeaway I had from that was, you see all the different like waterfalls and the mountain range and the whole bit, but through like a postcard or something.
Yeah.
But not until you're actually there.
Oh.
You like feel the energy.
Yeah, you get that spiritual animal impulse. Yeah,
it's pretty
something
sweet.
like before TV, before any type of entertainment, we had rivers and animals. That was it. Oh, and each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love nature. I love being out there. I was actually camping.
Is this a nature cast?
This is nature pop. Yeah.
Sometimes we use the term nature pop to describe if we find ourselves out in the world and our music is out there. It
somehow related to the band, but in the wilderness. We're on a beach.
It becomes a nature pop experience.
Yeah.
What would nature pop sound like? Oh, I know. I feel like you know what I know. Nature pop sounds like one of our shared favorite musical acts that hasn't been appreciated enough by the world yet. You know what I'm talking about? New Villager.
Oh my God, New Villager. New Villager would make some very excellent nature pop.
Dude, they're like jungle nature pop.
They are. Well, I mean, when I think of nature pop, I guess I always just think of it as like an aesthetic.
Sure.
So I guess now that we're saying nature pop is also the actual sounds in the music. What is that? That's like chants. That's whoos. It's like monkey sounds. It's like yeah, like where the wild things are.
I just think about it. People are around a fire and like it's got a vibe going.
It's got a groove. It's a nature
potent
groove. Yeah, I mean, you could sit in silence in the woods and hear music through the wind.
If you haven't,
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
You can paint with all the colors of the wind, or you could at least try to.
Yeah.
You might need to be on mushrooms to do that, but you could do it like that.
Okay. We'll save that for the next podcast then.
The New Villager, go check them out because this band was one in which we discovered right when we started doing Midi Matilda music, and it was like I think a related band on Spotify or something like that. And we
had a friend. Didn't we have a friend who showed it to us?
Yeah, it was Danny.
Yeah, it was Danny.
When we listened to, well, you know what it was? It was Danny looking for bands on Twitter to follow that would follow us back.
Yeah.
And he went on there and found New Villager. He's like, you guys should check this out. And we did. And we're like, this is fucking awesome
The best
music.
goddamn thing we've ever seen.
And this band, I think they may have broken up or they stopped. I think they are a New York-based band.
Yeah.
But they don't sound like a New York-based band. Maybe, I think it's just so hipstery music that it has the jungle pop vibes, but it
had no place in Cool Kid Brooklyn.
It is of the cool kid nature. Anyways, go check them out. I think you'll dig them. If you like anything that we do, you'll feel heavily connected.
Yeah, we hope you like it as much as we do because we love that music. And it was really just the one record, right?
Yeah.
Just one record.
Hold your vets, see your face.
Up, don't stop, don't lose your pace. Keep it up, don't stop, just do your thing. Oh God, they sound like it's like the cross between Bone Thugs and Harmony and I don't know, Empire of the Sun or something. I have no idea. What would you say? It's like they took the sound of Bone Thugs. Yeah, we're probably just going to end up spending the rest of the time just listening to their music because we love it so much.
When we were planning this out, we were like, we need to send love to those guys because
somehow
we were out at this river house that we've been going out to and doing some songwriting and recording stuff at, and we put that on. It was instantly
we like rediscovered them again because we learned about these guys many years ago. This wasn't a recent discovery. And then we kind of stopped talking about them, stopped listening, and then at the River House, it's like, oh wait, New Villager, that's right.
Yeah.
And now we listen to them. I listen to them like every week, at least a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're on my playlist.
New Villager.
They're on my list. So, yeah, guys, we love New Villager. We love nature. We love horses. We love you. And we hope that you liked this song. This song.
What was it? We debuted Gold Stallion.
Golden Stallion.
Is it Gold Stallion or Golden Stallion?
I've always thought. Well, the word in the chorus is "on my golden stallion."
Yeah, but Gold Stallion is a better like name for the song. I think that's why I think it's what it is.
Golden Stallion's a better name, but either way, I don't really give a shit anymore. I just want it to be out. Just put that thing out there,
And now
please.
it's
Let it
out.
ride off in the sun, for God's sake.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of this little
If it inspires
jam.
you to,
Dude,
pursue your greatest fantasies.
could you imagine if somebody sent us like an image or video or something of them on a horse listening to that song? That would be
So, dude, just like probably just poop myself. That'd be amazing.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then we could ride horses with them someday. I think I'd like to have horses.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. You bleed money.
It's like a
just
boat.
like, yeah, exactly. Like, what are you going to do with that horse if you don't ride it every day or you don't have a reason to have it? It's just going to get fat like any other animal. It's going to walk around, shit everywhere. Eventually, you're going to have to start paying for medical bills. Yeah, it's just not.
There's
I
a
don't
lot.
know.
There's
If I had a like a group of friends or like a community of people that would make use of it, that would make a lot of sense.
well,
Or if I were a ranger, like if I could go buy a little Western, what are they, a little rifle, some pistols, put them on my hip, ride around, take care of people's cattle. Actually, in Texas, there was this thing where you had to, if you were hunting, and I don't know if it was law or not, but you were supposed to shoot the rattlesnakes. So that's like a good reason to have a gun when you're riding around.
not a machete.
I have a very early memory of hunting with my dad, and he would hunt doves, so he was using a shotgun, and he like stopped the car really abruptly in the middle of the road, got out of the car, walked about 50 paces back, and then I look back and I see him on his knees, and he goes, just blows this snake, and it just goes off into the distance into pieces. I remember that, and it's just like, that was intense, and it stuck with me, that image in my mind. And I think I was probably like 5 or 6 years old at that point, so.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. We should protect people from snakes. Seems like a pretty easy job, actually.
You think snakes are a creature that don't get enough love?
Maybe. It depends. I think people are afraid of snakes, but then you have just so many people. Like, I see Instagram is just full of people holding their pythons. It's just people just like holding their pythons.
Your Instagram is python wielding folk.
That's all I have on my Instagram. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like pose with them and it looks really erotic and shit. And I'm just like, that's cool.
What does
cool.
your Instagram look like as far as, because it's weird when I see Jen's Instagram, I'm like, that looks very different from what mine looks like.
It's mostly really immature meme pages.
Really?
Yeah, I have like so many just like shitty meme pages and I follow a lot of like artists that I like and stuff, and tattoo artists, I have a lot of like custom guitar shops that I follow. They kind of keep my mind fresh on the things that I look forward to buying someday. Electronic stuff, like people who make pedals and things, but like meme pages are what I think get me through the day sometimes. If like I'm just feeling blue, or if I'm worn out from working at the studio or whatever, I'll pull out the meme page and get a little chuckle.
Yeah, I got some meme pages. I mostly hide a lot of them from my feed. I hide a lot of them, but the thing is,
how do you do that? I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you just mute it. So you can still follow them, and the reason, this is a little sneaky thing that those meme pages do. What they do is so if a buddy of mine, like I have a 3-way conversation with some old friends of mine, and they will send me an image. Oh, look at this from whoever it was, fuck Jerry or something. Yeah. And if what they do is they make their accounts private.
Yeah, so you have to follow it.
So you have to follow in order to see it. It's this little loophole.
That's right.
But holy shit, it works.
It definitely works.
And I'll follow it. Like a dope.
You gotta know. You gotta know what your friend was trying to tell you.
Gotta know.
What's so funny about that, and I've done that too. I've followed them. I didn't know you could hide them though. I got a shit ton of people I'm gonna hide now.
I would love to walk into a room with the people that make the meme pages. The group, like what is a team of meme pages? What does it look like?
Have you ever met anybody who makes memes?
I made one.
I have a buddy who makes memes too.
I'm not a meme maker. I just made one because I had to. It's the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh wait, which one?
It's Goo Goo Dolls Godzilla.
I haven't seen that, but it sounds.
Speaking of creatures,
it sounds accurate.
Whenever you're listening to, let's let this car go by just to settle the sound. When you're listening to Godzilla's, when you're listening to Goo Goo Dolls' Iris, don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand.
Yeah.
When everything's meant to be broken,
Oh,
I just want you to know who I am.
That's
Now, if
funny.
you think about that song,
Logan, weirdly enough,
Yeah.
I feel like I saw that recently.
I posted something like that.
Did you post this recently?
I posted that I made a meme.
You made that
Yeah.
and you posted it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was on your page that I saw that.
I made it look like just what any other one would look like.
I know, but I'm saying I don't think it was
So
your
you think
page.
someone jacked my shit?
I think somebody maybe reposted you.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Hey, in the meme culture, don't expect any return on anything, but that's tight.
I thought about it a lot and was thinking, I was like, should I make this a video with just the sound playing to really like stick it home? But I
Yeah.
think if you hear this now, I want whenever this is from Jen and her sister Jess.
Yeah.
It's my wife and her sister. They thought this when they were little, watching Godzilla or listening to that song. They thought it was about Godzilla. I think they actually thought that. And I always so now whenever I hear that song, and I love that song, if you just imagine Godzilla and the lyric,
And him
and it's so
going through
dramatic.
that?
And it's like
that's
it's
super emotional sentiment. I love it.
Yeah.
It's emo Godzilla.
yeah, exactly.
That's
well,
funny, man.
we have to wrap this up, so let's pop the tape
I
out.
guess if we have to.
Okay, so check this out, people. If you're watching the visual, which you of course should be because this is the most epic shit ever. Duh. Right?
Right.
Anyways, check this out. This is the custom first edition Gold Stallion cassette. We even have the names. Was it Audi?
Augie. I think it's Audi.
I think it's Audi.
We might have accidentally put Augie on there, but it's Audi.
This one might be spelt wrong.
Yeah.
But we found that out today. The actual horse's name. And Yogi. Gold Stallion.
Yeah.
Cloverdale. Look how sweet that is.
Look at how many layers of relevance we've placed on this thing. It's incredible, right?
Skylar cut that out last night at like 1 a.m.
Yep, that's
in
right.
a bedroom in my
with a
mom's house.
dull X-Acto knife. Yeah. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put
Oh, you got it.
it in here.
What are we looking at?
This is essentially you know, if any of you guys are into geocaching or time capsules or buried treasure hunting, this is gonna be for you. We're gonna open this bad boy up.
It's a secret of the ooze can.
A bunch of mustard gas is gonna pour out. Nope. Oh, we're good. We're gonna take this tape. We're gonna place it in here.
The original tape.
The original tape, plus the podcast that we did today. We're gonna put it in here. What are we gonna do with it, Logan?
Does it fit?
Oh, you know what?
No. Just get that in there. Just fit that in there real good.
It's about as good as it's gonna get.
Okay, sweet.
We'll figure out a way to get that in there better. But we're gonna take this, and we're gonna put it in a place nearby, in this area, and then we're gonna give you guys some clues on how you could find it. Now, what happens if you do actually try to find this and succeed? Well, take a picture of yourself with it, with the tape and the capsule. Send it to us, or a video, even better. Send us a video so you can prove that you found it. And your reward will be, well, besides just having the
Is it
tape,
a reward? I think it is.
it's an honor, okay, to have your name laser printed onto this table with all the other champions.
Or Sharpied on, who knows? What if
Are we gonna do that to him?
If we can laser it on, that'd
can
be,
we
I
do
guess,
that to
even.
him?
Yeah, let's laser it on.
Let's just go take that dull X-Acto knife and carve it in there ourselves.
And I think we could do it.
Yeah, you guys, your name's gonna be on this table. Don't worry.
Yeah, so find this thing and take a picture. I think we're gonna leave some other goodies inside of here that you only discover if you find this thing. It's gonna be somewhere within a couple miles of here. We don't know where yet, but we'll figure it out right after this.
Right.
Should we go do that?
Yeah, we should probably go do that.
Okay. Signing off. Bless you. Good night.
Go out into nature and
Yeah.
and pet a dog.
Take care now.
All right, peace.